We welcome you back into the Pioneer postgame. Carson Newman winning here tonight, 96-57. And Coach Hodge not going to be real happy to come here and chat right now. But I'm going to tell you right now, Taya did a great job in the pregame, did a wonderful job. And she talked about what needed to be done tonight for this team, which was limit transition offense and turn them over. Yeah, I think you set some goals about how many turnovers you wanted. I don't think you wanted to have as many as you did. But I think the one thing that was dropped was the communication defensively and the transition offense in the basketball game, limiting their looks. And, really you take away a lot of that. And there's a lot of good things that this Pioneer team did tonight.
Well, and it's hard. It's hard to say, there's just one of few things that you have to do to stop Carson Newman.
Right,
they're just very, very talented. We talked a lot about margin of error, which against a good team like that you don't have. And, right now we're just not far enough along in our system. We're not good enough at what we do in the details to be able to compete against a team like that when they're playing with. And, disappointed, not because we lost, but because I just thought that our execution, attention to detail just hasn't improved over the last couple of weeks, and that's on me, and I'm going to do a better job.
But a team that, and I get it with where you're going. They seem to bog down a little bit offensively. If I read some of your body language in the game, it was just like, guys, that's not what we've worked on, kind of thing. But what's good about it's all correctable things.
Correct. And I guess the disappointing part for me is game 1, 2, 3, you understand some of that. But I had hoped that, at this point that we would be a little farther along. Look, they're a good group. They're working hard. We just got to get better at what we do. It's going to take some time.
Here's a girl that comes off the bench for us today, our first game, named Marion. And I think you had even mentioned it. I was listening to a conversation you were having and said, she's been really impressive with what we have done in the system, and she's been really electric. And I think you were basically saying, she's one of our best players. And, she comes out, she puts a lot of energy. Didn't slow the game down for her tonight, but it's been a little while since she's been on the floor in live fire.
Sure, and I think that anyone that saw tonight's game saw her athleticism, saw the ability that she has around the glass and being able to impact the game on the boards on both ends, and and being able to get her own shot in the paint. So, as she gets better, that's going to be a huge thing for us.
Some of it shot selection tonight too, and I think you got to make shots to win, and it was obvious, hey, we got to get out here and we got to shoot ourselves. They made some shots we didn't, and I think the game is very simple. You make shots and you're going to have a good night. We just didn't make enough shots consistently as they did.
And again, I think there are a few things that are relatable to that. One is, their offensive execution was really sharp. Ours was not. And they got a lot of easy baskets off our turnovers. So obviously when you got the rhythm shooting the ball, because you're getting a lot of easy ones when we give you the ball back, that's going to make your offense look a lot better.
And again, it's a process. You talked about it. You want to be a little bit further along than you are right now. But there's some things like effort that can be a coachable thing. The only other thing that I saw tonight, rebounds. They really got after the glass. They got second chance opportunities. They didn't score a lot, but they limited our possessions by getting second chance opportunities.
And there, I think it's number one, watching her play. And
crazy,
again, I don't know what her stat line was, but
it was a season best.
Pardon?
It was a season best for Michaela. Yeah.
Well, but I will tell you, her constant effort, intensity, when you're talking about effort play,
sure.
She's just very impressive and adds a lot to them because of that. And we haven't met that level of effort and intensity overall at this point.
Now, what I did like was effort. You did get plenty of effort tonight, and I know that it's there. And there was some intensity. I think at times, when you play a team like Carson, it's always tough to be up all the time. But we got up to a really good start. I think we met their level of intensity in this game.
And at the beginning, especially, I would agree. But there are two other types of effort, that I thought we lost it. One is the mental effort in terms of being able to be focused and disciplined offensively and defensively to execute. And the other is on the boards.
Yeah.
And I don't know that it's necessarily that we're lazy and didn't want to go to the boards. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
But we have not trained ourselves yet that when a shot goes up, we either have to box somebody out or we have to sprint to the glass. They do that very well.
Coach, we have another chance Saturday. We'll take on Newberry and a chance to get better, and I think that's what you're looking at. You just want to see improvement from one game to the next, and that's our next opportunity.
Absolutely. And, again, we'll go out and we'll give our best effort. And, there's no easy games in this league, so we've got another opportunity there.
Best of luck. Thank you. As always.
Appreciate you.
Roger Hodge, the Pioneers fall tonight to the Carson-Newman Eagles on that final score of 96-57. Back with the final wrap here today from the Pioneer Sports Network. This is Pioneer Basketball driven by Gateway Ford Nissan on the Pioneer Sports Network.